Welcome. Begin standing on either a yoga mat or a towel, and inhale to the sky, bring the palms together at the top, and exhale, banging the knees down towards the floor. Let gravity pull you down. Inhale, back up to the sky, and exhale, down again. Our feet should be about hip-width apart. Inhale back up, engage the core, and continue for 3 more forward folds, matching breath with movement. And hands will sink to the floor again, stepping back into a downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, our hips are raised up, and we stretch our heels toward the floor, but they don't have to touch the floor. Bend the knees to the floor, stack the joints, preparing for cat-cow pose. Breathe in while extending and flexing the spine, tucking in the chin and tailbone, then dropping the belly toward the floor, gazing upward. Continue breathing in and out with each extension and flexion of the spine. Remain on all fours, bring the spine into a neutral position. Inhale, lift the right hand to the center. Exhale it down. Inhale, lift the opposite arm. Exhale it down. Now with the back foot, inhale, lift. Exhale, return. Inhale, lift the opposite foot, extending it backward, and return it to the ground. Now inhale, lift the right hand and the back left foot, and return it to the starting position. Inhale with the opposite arm and leg, and next we'll bring the nose to the knee for our first vocal exercise. By doing these vocal exercises periodically throughout the practice, we'll be using our entire body to gain strength in the voice. Now slide the hips back, sitting on the heels with the knees slightly open, relaxing in child's pose. Now inhale and rise up, lay on your back, preparing for some core work. Now inhale and slightly lift the shoulders off the ground while advancing one knee toward the chest. Exhale, release, switch sides, matching movement with breath. We'll do this twice more on both sides. Plant both feet on the floor and slide the heels toward the buttocks. Inhale, lift the hips off the ground, and exhale, descend back down. Inhale, lift the hips once again, descend once again, And on our next lift, we'll do the next vocal exercise. Find a seated pose with soles of the feet touching. Hands grasp the ankles for stability, and we circle in one direction, hinging from the hips. Inhaling as we lean back, exhaling as we lean forward. Slow down and we'll switch directions, maintaining the breath. Let's find ourselves seated on our heels. If that's uncomfortable, we can roll up a blanket or a towel and place it behind our legs. Let's inhale, raise the arms and buttocks. Exhale, hands to the floor, forming cat pose. Exhale to a neutral spine and sit back in child's pose, stretching from the hips to the tips of the fingers. We'll repeat this flow once more without the vocal exercises. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale into cat pose, arch to the sky. Inhale to a neutral spine. And let's fall back onto the heels. Enjoy the stretch and prepare for a vocal exercise. You're doing fantastic. Trust the process. Now let's inhale, curl the toes under, and reach the hips to the sky for down dog. Walk towards the hands, and we'll inhale to the sky, getting ready for sun salutations. Hinging the hips backward as we float back down towards the floor. Let's inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, sink down once again, and step back into a push-up position with our knees on the floor for extra support. Exhale, lower the body to the ground. Inhale, lift just the chest off the ground for a cobra pose. And we'll exhale, curl the toes under, hips to the sky for a downward facing dog. We can bend the knees here if we need to. We're reaching for the floor with the heels, but if they don't touch, that's fine. Most importantly, we want to create length in the spine. Let's exhale, walk towards the hands, bending the knees, swan dive, reverse, back up to the sky, and we'll do this flow once more. Exhale towards the floor, bending the knees. Inhale, lift the chest up, stepping back into a plank or a push-up position, placing the knees on the ground for support, hovering down towards the floor, lifting the chest once again for cobra pose, and exhale into our downward facing dog with our arms next to our ears. Again, the spine is long and we can feel the hamstring stretch. So many benefits in our downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, and let's step again towards the hands and reverse swan dive up to the sky. Fantastic job, finding ourselves in a standing pose. Let's interlace the fingers behind us. preparing for the next vocal exercise. Let's open the arms into a goalie post-like position, squeezing the shoulder blades together behind us. Exhale, push through the heels as we sit into an invisible chair. Let's inhale and stand, stepping back onto the ball of one foot, finding ourselves in a lunge. Our front bent knee is stacked directly above our ankle. We're finding ourselves in crescent pose, continuing to breathe. Exhaling with awareness, slowly letting our arms descend and switching sides. Step back and raise the arms up. Palms come together at the top if possible. Release the pose and let's return to standing, sliding our feet about 3 feet apart. As we do the next vocal exercise, our arms are out wide, engage the core, and hinge from the hips halfway down and hold. Expanding the diaphragm, let's take 2 more deep breaths before descending toward the floor. Bending the knees, float the hands to the ground and walk them slightly forward for wide-legged downward facing dog and a vocal exercise. Walk the hands back and slowly roll up to standing. Interlacing the fingers behind us, let's exhale and hinge forward to one side. Our shoulders are relaxed and down, and our eyes are relaxed. Release the fingers, place the forearm on the upper thigh for support, and rainbow the opposite arm over. Feel the stretch. Let's rainbow the same arm back in the opposite direction and place the hand on the hind leg for support, lifting the other arm above the head and back slightly. Reverse warrior pose. Now inhale, keep the feet planted, and switch the arms for a twisted reverse warrior pose. Release the pose and we'll do the same flow on the other side, interlacing the fingers behind us, bending the opposite leg, and exhaling, hinging from the hips towards the floor. Nice long spine, and we're maintaining breath. Release the fingers and rainbow the arm over the head in bound ankle pose. Now let's inhale, rainbow the opposite arm over the head for reverse warrior. And exhale, switch the arms for twisted reverse warrior. Release the pose, shake it out, and we'll spread the toes wide, rooting ourselves as we sit back in chair pose. Straighten the arms and twist to one side from the hips, lifting the chest to the sky. Bring the feet together. Now inhale, close it back to center. And exhale, descend, opening the arms wide on the other side, maintaining the breath. Let's take a deep inhale, straightening our legs, reaching our arms to the sky, and descend with a vocal exercise. Take another deep breath and release the hands to the ground. Slowly roll up to standing position, mountain pose. Next, we'll inhale, lower through the heels into a chair pose position, reaching one hand in front of the opposite foot, and the opposite hand reaches up toward the sky. Shoulders are down, away from the ears. And we'll exhale slowly. Bring the hand down towards the opposite foot, and the other hand reaches up in twisted chair pose as we engage the core. Exhale, sweep the hand down to the center for gorilla pose. We may need to bend our knees much deeper here depending on our flexibility in the hamstrings. So let's find that sweet spot so we can place about half of our palms underneath the feet. This is a fantastic stretch for calming the mind and body. Remember to breathe. And release. Let's do a gentle reverse swan dive back up to standing or mountain pose, preparing for balancing moon pose. Grab a short stool or a yoga block if you have one, or something else stable to help you balance in this pose. Another option is to do this pose against a wall. I recommend the wall for complete beginners, or if you really would like to focus on just form, which is so important for not only basic functionality, but also for looking attractive on a stage. Place one hand on the stool or yoga block alongside your leg. Open up the body with the opposing arm and lift the back leg. Our entire body should be in one plane. If we struggle with the balance, no problem. Just get back up again and find a focal point to look at in order to assist in balancing. Great job. Let's try the other side. Let's find a firm stance with our front foot. If we are still struggling with balance, then we can find a wall to build confidence in the pose. When we build confidence on the yoga mat, that can also translate to the stage. Remember to breathe. Way to go. Let's gently release the pose and shake it out. Face yoga. This works wonders. Place the fingers just beneath the cheekbones, smile wide, and let's get ready for the next vocal exercise. Now hold the smile and breathe, preparing for one more vocal exercise here. Smile hold and release. Next is lion's breath pose. We'll open the mouth wide and stick out our tongue as far as it'll go comfortably. Take deep breaths here. As singers, we can sometimes tighten the jaw from regular everyday stress, which in turn affects the voice in a negative way. Go ahead and relax the jaw, and we'll do one more of these. Inhale, open wide. This pose helps to relax the jaw and face area. And release. We have worked so hard. Let's relax on the ground, on our backs, in what we call pinnacle pose. Closing our eyes and taking our arms out wide with palms facing upward. Melting into the floor. Every thought turns to our breath. When other thoughts enter, we'll acknowledge them, let them go, and return to focusing on the breath. This helps us live in the present moment. This can also translate to the stage, giving us a more lively, engaging performance for ourselves and the audience. Continue here for a few more minutes on your own, and I'll see you in the next practice. Namaste.